Welcome to the Biz Builders podcast, where we believe building the business of your dreams can change your life. I'm your host, Sandy Patterson, former teacher turned certified life and business coach. After 14 years of teaching, I took a huge leap, left my job, and built 2 successful businesses with no business or sales background. Now I'm living the life of my dreams, and I'm ready to help you do the same. You're in the right spot here if you're ready to dig into not only the strategy of business building, but also the belief in yourself that building a business is possible. You're made for this, and you've got exactly what it takes to create the financial, time, and location freedom you're craving. Over here, we value progress over perfection. We embrace being uncomfortable, and we believe that anything, literally anything you want, is possible for you with the right strategy, mindset, and support. You'll also hear inspiring stories here and, of course, failures of women who are doing the same thing. The whole idea is if she can do it, so can I. Thanks for being here. Let's dive in.
I'm so happy to celebrate you today. So we had a huge invite go out for this, and I'm going to officially kick this off because this is the first big fucking deal celebration call behind the scenes of Sandy's journey. Hello, Claudia. Yes. And I just want everybody, or as many people, to watch this replay, pop in, because I am going to take a second to recognize, and I got emotional this morning thinking about it. Sandy has been in my world for the past year, and the way that she found me, you guys always love like the stories and how the connections are made. I hosted Slayer Messaging Masterclass last summer, and this is just what I love about the universe, is that was not planned for 2 weeks in a row. And overnight, it was just like, this is what I get to talk about instead. I was going to talk about evergreen offers, like boring. No one wants to talk about that. Like, I don't know. And I was like, messaged my mentor literally overnight. I was like, I need to do something about messaging. Like, this has helped my clients so much, and I just want to host an entire event around it. So we hosted the masterclass. We added in an upgrade for a hot seat call. So of course, just because of who Sandy is, she joined the masterclass and the hot seat. And right away, I was just like, this woman means business. Like, literally from the second she hopped on the hot seat, even like during the masterclass, I remember you taking notes, like there were no distractions. Yeah. And that just set the tone of who you've been as a client. And when I say that, the way that you ask questions, the way that you plan, the way that you look at every detail, to me, like that says everything about somebody's standard for themselves, and not just that they're willing to throw anything out there or post anything. And you've just continued to refine everything in your business and take what was already a high standard to me and just continue to raise it. And I've said this to Sandy offline or in the DMs or whatever before, but for me to witness not just like a woman who's like fully locking into like what makes her a big fucking deal, that always lights me up, but also to see somebody who's also a mom do this all at the same time and create an offer or offers she's never had in her offer suite before, be able to reach more people, be able to like lock into just owning her truth on a higher level and what makes her different, like while being this amazing partner and amazing mom and like having these incredible experiences, never missing like a milestone or thing at school or time with your like kids ever. Yeah. And at the same time, just continuing to show up so powerfully as a client and for your audience and for your clients. That did so much for me as a mentor to witness, because that is honestly like goals for me in terms of having a family and, you know, extending my legacy in my personal life. And you've been able to do it with just so much grace and like self-respect for you and like your programs, and just wanting to make sure that everything I'm teaching you and giving you feedback on and everything, like you completely understand. Like there was just no like there was a ton of messy action, but
Yeah.
there was like lowering your standards to make somebody else comfortable or to, I don't know, people please or anything. Like you were just like, I really want to figure this out for me, not to get a result, but because like this is important to me and the impact that I leave. And I just like want to say that it's so inspiring to witness. And I just know that your clients feel that way, even if they don't say it all the time. You know, I'm the weird person that's going to like just gas you up and like continue saying.
No.
But yeah, I just wanted to start off by saying that.
Yeah. And I appreciate that so much. It is like, seriously, I'm just like, wait, what? You think that about me? Like, are you serious? Like, and even to go a little bit farther back, like I have a lot to say here, to go a little bit farther back, I remember last summer, I was in Montana visiting family and I was listening to a podcast and it happened to be one that you were a guest on. And I like think back to that moment. I was like sitting in a hammock, like in the sunshine. And I like think back to like, thank God I decided to listen to that podcast episode because I knew immediately like everything you were saying, I just really like connected with it. And I was like, I want to be in this girl's space. Like I want to be in this girl's energy. And then came, I think it was Slay Your Launch or messaging, Slay all the things. Yeah. And I just, from there, it was like, let's freaking go. And I feel like you were really the first mentor. Like I am a certified life coach. Like I went through the whole training program and all the things because that was part of my journey. Right. But you were really the first person like that showed me that it's okay as a coach to show up and just be you. Like you don't have to follow this script and this T. You get to show up and you get to be you. And that was transformative for me because up until I came into your world, I was very much like that perfectionist, you know, that it was like, I got to follow things to a T. I got to do this to the T. And you gave me so much grace and so much space and so much permission to just show up and be me. And it was hard for me to get to that point. It was really difficult for me to, and I don't know if people saw this or even you saw this, but finding that big fucking deal energy like was very, very difficult for me. It was hard. And there were a lot of tears and there was a lot of like, am I cut out for this? Can I do this? I will never have like, you know, what I envision this becoming. But with your support and your guidance and just you being there to hold that space and to pull, I mean, everybody in your space up. It's not just me. You do this for all of your clients too. And I'm so appreciative of that and this space and this journey that I've been on over the past year. I mean, I look back at that person sitting in the hammock and it's like a different person as far as coaching goes, as far as how I lead my clients, how I lead myself, how I view success and how I view myself. And so I can't thank you enough for that.
Yeah. I received that for sure. I mean, it's part of the reason why I wanted to do this call. And I was just like, yeah, like, I don't know, she might think I'm weird or like, she might just like be like, what do you mean? Like, what are we doing?
I'm the type, I kind of was, I'm the type of person, but though that I'm just like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And then after I said yes, I kind of went back and I was like, wait, what are we doing? What did I sign up for? What is this? And I was kind of, initially I was like, yeah, I don't want to do this. Like this feels uncomfortable. It feels like it's going to be like uncomfortable. I don't want that. But then I'm like, no. Let's go. Let's do this. I think it's a beautiful thing. And I think it's something that I want to pass along to my clients too. Like, this is so fun.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly why I knew we had to have the call. Cause I'm like, if I know Sandy, the immediate thought, and I think this is very normal for everybody, is like whenever we have this just designated time to like recognize and celebrate ourselves, it's like, oh, like, it's uncomfortable. It's why selling in the beginning is so hard because it's really just like owning our stuff. It's not recommending somebody else's thing or whatever. And you really have to stand in. Like, I have so much to celebrate and it's just going beyond. This is where money doesn't get to have so much power over you all the time.
Yeah.
And I just said like to you guys very early on in the mastermind, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, honestly, I love like the business I've grown and the money that I make and the clients I attract and all of that stuff is great. But it's like when I really think about what lights me up and what fulfills me, it's like that moment of you just saying, like, I don't even recognize who I was like a year ago, or, you know, that woman like laying in the hammock and listening to the podcast, like, because that is something that's going to stay with you. And that's what makes you successful. Like, that's what makes you the kind of person that could literally leave this industry tomorrow, pick up real estate and like blow it out of the water. And it's because of who you are.
Right.
Like, and the characteristics of that. And too many people pedestal like where they're at in business all the time. And I'm like, you know, some of my dear friends, like they're the most miserable behind the scenes, but it's like, you know, on paper, everybody would think like they're a big fucking deal or they have a big fucking deal business. And, you know, some are just really unfulfilled and they're so far into like how they've grown their business that they can't get out of it, or they have so much in team and overhead that they literally can't get out of it. And I just like, I wanted you guys for that to be the foundation with everything that I taught you, and you leaned in. So even though there were tears and it was uncomfortable and it was like, probably like, I remember saying to you in some voice notes, you think you're probably going to want to throw the phone when you hear this, or like, you're probably going to be annoyed when I say this, but like, this is it. Like, I mean, I really just, if I were to just say it was the types of posts and messaging and all of that stuff that really got me to this point, I would be lying to you guys. Like, it was like really saying goodbye to like old parts of me a lot, and people and anything that was like slowing down or making me shaky in that like, you know, big fucking deal energy. And I want to go into like, because I think this would be helpful for everybody. You really, I remember the call that we had. I think it was a call, and then it continued in Boxer, where we really just got clear on what is going to make, like, when people come into your world, your unique selling point, your big fucking deal edge, like what is going to be the thing. And I remember you said by the end of the call, you were like, you literally just described color. Like, I don't understand how that just happened.
I will never forget that call. And it was like, I think we both felt it, like that energy of like, oh my God, like, here it is. Here's what, like, and it took me so long. And up until that point, I had tried on a lot of different things, right? Like, is it this? Is it this? How does this feel, you know, owning and talking about and, you know, living in and anchoring to. But that I remember that conversation so clearly. I think Claudia might have been there too. But yeah, it was incredible. So what was your question? What was the question? Do you have a question?
So I love that stuck with you, because it definitely, like, when I think back to our relationship, I was like, that was a moment for sure.
Yeah.
So just to give you guys background, and Sandy can speak more into this, like, your big fucking deal edge and the message that's woven throughout your content, this is like changed and developed for me over the years. And, you know, at first it was like, I help you take the rules off. And what's interesting is like, I just attracted a lot of people that like hated the coaching industry. Like, they were over it. They were pissed off. And I'm like, I don't really, not everybody, but I don't necessarily want to attract this person. Like, I want somebody that wants to like stay in this and not hit the easy button, or think that like, I'm just gonna, you know, take the rails off and say, oh, do whatever you want when you come into my world. Cause like, it's not like that either. Like, you guys get so much structure and strategy. So I was like, okay, I need to go deeper. What is it really that is like my secret sauce? And it was right in front of my face the whole time. It was just me claiming like, oh, like, if I really own this, how am I going to feel? Like, what are people going to think? Like, are they going to, like, it was all that came up. And so for Sandy, like, she has had this identity when she told her personal story of like, I've always just been this perfectionist, which I think we all have different versions of, for sure. And they come up, or it comes up in different ways. And she said, that's like really my client. Like, when they come to me, they're overthinking like about what people are going to think, or they take forever to create content because it's about like the right thing that they have to say. And I was like, okay, like, tell me more. Like, we're like, we're in the lab, like cooking this up. And then she was like, and I feel like it's really like helping them live life on purpose, or like really just being able to create exactly what they want and not have it be like, oh, because you're an online coach, you have to cut back on this, or like being as present with your kids or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just really don't want it to be that. And like, cause that's not the case for me. And so Sandy I remember in this conversation started describing like her day-to-day, her life, like how she really sees what she's created. And when you guys really figure this out, like that's such a key piece, because it's going to resonate with you so much when you talk about it.
Yeah.
And Sandy would be like, I mean, even when we first started working together, like I would go to her page and it was like, she was in the car, she was like picking up her kids, and it was like, making this like great, like real live stream. And I'm just like, it's that, like, it's really that, like you're living it out. It's just, we need to articulate what really it is. And so we nailed like the phrases that she was going to use. And she just immediately, especially when it came to selling her mastermind, she was like, when you come into my mastermind, like this is the transformation. And then of course, like giving different scenarios, elaborating on it, like what that really means. So I would love to just hear from you. Like, how did you know when you like nailed it, or it was like the sweet spot of, okay, this is going to make sense to her, and this like really resonates with me too?
Yeah, I think, okay, so that's a really good question. And it's like kind of cliche to say this, but like, I feel like you just know, like, because like I said, you just tried on so many things up until that point. Like, is it this? Does it feel this? Nothing really felt right until we had this conversation. And I was like, this is it. This is it. And then even from that point on, like bringing that forward and being able to like start to notice even more, because once that door was opened, I was like, oh my God, this is everywhere. Like this is living and breathing everywhere in my world, in my clients' worlds. Like this is what it is. And essentially what that helped me do is it helped me like nail down what it is that I actually do with my clients that makes it different than what everybody else does, right? Because there's coaches there's lots of, like, what do you always say? Like you could throw a rock and like, there's a coach, and there's business coaches, or like all the things. But for me, I mean, just owning that and being like, I've never seen anybody talk about it like this. I've never seen anybody do it like this. And I also believe really, really like deeply in my bones that like this works. Like this is the answer to this problem that I know so many people are like grappling with when they're stuck at jobs that they freaking hate and that are sucking the life out of them. It's that perfection piece that has to be unhooked from. And then it's rewiring and like tapping into the self-trust, right? To trust yourself that no matter what happens, no matter where you go, no matter what the real is or who likes it or all the things that like happen in our businesses and our brains, it doesn't matter. Like none of that matters. And then the last part of it is like the self-leadership and the strategy, because I've always said, like, you know me, I love a good strategy. I'm like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. But if the other parts of it are not in line, the strategy will not stick. So it's like this culmination of all these things put together that I've seen. And I've been doing this for a long time with my clients, but this has been the first time that I've been able to actually like describe it. Right? Because coaching is hard. I mean, I have people, my clients come to me all the time and they go, well, how do I sell this? It's not like they're walking away, like holding something and it's like a tangible thing. It's like a life-changing thing, essentially. So how do you describe it? And that's essentially what I've been able to do. And it's been so, it's felt like a weight has been lifted off of my shoulders, like living and being this and breathing it and owning it, like, because it doesn't matter anymore. Like, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks because it's my truth. It's what I'm living out. It's what's worked for me. It's what's worked for my clients. And so we're just going to go and we're going to have fun doing it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember, like, this is such an iconic piece of content and I just wanted to pop it in the chat.
Which one is it?
It's the type of her profile, but I remember like, it was like right after this call. This is when I feel like you really nailed how to like communicate it. Cause I think that when we first think of whatever it is, like the phrase, Part of what Sandy really nailed in our conversation was she was like, I feel like though that I help them take their perfectionism and like actually leverage it to like leave their job sooner or to make it happen. Because being a perfectionist isn't always a bad thing. It means that you like care about attention to detail and like the small things matter to you and you have high standards and all the things like full circle, what I was saying at the beginning of the call that I noticed about you. And I think that that was like, whenever you guys can, it's not about like trying to convince your audience that they shouldn't be this person. And I think that problem awareness and just the business coaching space in general has just gotten really good at like yelling at people all day long and making them feel like they're always doing something wrong. And I'm like, but what if Sandy, like when I look at, you know, how you've transformed your perfectionism, like it's actually why you've gotten the results that you have. You work the way that you do. You never miss out on things you value in your personal life for business. Like, so why don't we just like actually have her see that this is like a superpower that we get to transform to create this thing that you want, which is leaving your job. And so right after this, after we were like, blown from the conversation. She made this post and I just felt like it was such an amazing way of articulating it. And because it's like removing the shame around it. And this is where you guys will really see the people that you attract start to transform. Because I remember getting in, just from like who I was learning from or whatever, just getting in the habit of like pointing the finger at my audience and being like, I mean, why are you doing that? Or like, and it like never felt like genuine. And I'm just like, yes, I'm very blunt, but like also this woman already has a lot of good things going on. And I actually want to take her from like good and okay, right? But like the woman that's like craving for it to be better or knows like enough time's gone by where this thing should be at an insane level. Like I should feel a lot better in the day to day. Like I should feel more excited in this. So don't be afraid to talk to that person. And coaching wasn't taught that way. At least when I got into the industry, it was like, no, you're literally taking the person from zero to like hero. Right. And it's like, well, you know, that never, like, it never felt right to me because I'm like, I don't want her to get hurt in a gym, you know, when I was a fitness coach and like not know anything about what a gym looks like or has never been there and be intimidated. And it's just like, I think we're afraid because we're like, well, I want to help everybody. And I'm like, you can create an offer suite that in the end ends up doing that. But it's like, even if this person is at zero or has never worked with a client, it's like, you know, I want to attract the person, like a high level client to me is somebody who it doesn't matter where they're at in business. It's more about like the ultimate for me is building an empire, right? And really building something that outlives me. And isn't this like, you know, well-oiled, you know, good money making machine online. Like, it's like, I want it to like reach as many people as possible to feel fun and fulfilling and exciting. And to feel like I'm really, you know, leading my business how I want to. And I just feel like you really like it was like some switch went off. In, for sure. Like, that conversation. And, so I guess like what has been in like a non-strategy way, what has been like the most transformative thing for you, or like a big aha moment, maybe about how you saw yourself, results, success, like that you want to share?
Okay. So huge moment. I don't remember when this was. It was probably a call with you and I, or a mastermind call. I don't know what it was, but it was a moment where I had come to you and I was like, God, I'm just feeling really like frustrated. I'm feeling really like, why isn't anything working? Like, you know, whatever. And you had asked me like, well, what about like, this is not working to you? Like, what feels like it's not working? And I was focusing on the revenue part of it. Like, my revenue isn't where I want it to be. And the shift there that was like transformative for me and that I still like take with me is redefining what success is. Like redefining what it means to like live in this. And it was never, ever, ever about revenue or money for me. Never. But somehow I had made it about that. So I was fixating on this, like, well, how much money, how much revenue, how much recurring revenue is coming in, da, 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 da. And when I was able to shift that and be like, no, success is actually like, why did you even come into this in the first place? Like, where did this journey even start for you years and years ago? Well, it started with me wanting to pour into my family and be present for my family and like feel better at the end of the day and like feel like myself at the end of the day. And if that's what I'm using to define success now, like I am wildly successful. Like I get to take my kids to school every day. I get to pick them up every day. Like you said, I don't miss anything. I don't miss things at school. I take care of myself and my body in a way that feels really good every day. I don't go like, I'm not like a chicken with my head cut off all the time, because I've created this business that allows me to have margin, that allows me to do things that feel really good, that allows me to go like have a margarita with my best friend in the middle of the day on a Wednesday. Like, and that is right. Like that is, for me, that is success. Like it literally, the revenue part does not matter. I mean, it does in a sense that like, you know, we got to pay the bills and all of that stuff. I don't like, I get that and I know that, but the success in my business, like I'm wildly successful if I'm not, I mean, I'm successful in both ways, but if I'm pedestaling just the revenue part, it was taking away from all of the other amazing things. And it was like, well, how can you discount all of this other stuff? It was just slowing me down. That's all it was doing.
Well, I just remember I noticed a difference in results. Mm-hmm. Like when you stopped giving that so much weight and power. Because I think when I say giving money power, it doesn't always mean like you're in this needy energy. Sometimes it literally is just in this headspace of, oh, I just need to like earn more and then it'll go away. And I'm like, it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Like I was the most miserable. The month I had my highest cash month, it was like, leading up to it was really fun. But when I looked at like the responsibility of maintaining it and also like where I was at that point in my personal life, I'm like, wait, why do I feel like it's still not enough? And that was an identity thing, because your relationship with money is always just a reflection of your relationship with yourself, right? And it's like, well, that was such like what I was trying to get you to see. And I knew if I said it this way, I'm like, it's not going to land. So I need to frame it in another way.
Yeah.
But like, it's just when you're looking for money to validate you, it's always an invitation of like, oh, this is room and this is happening right now because, you know, someone or universe or God is trying to invite you to actually validate yourself more, because that's where the, you know, once it reaches 50K months, 70K months, it's never going to feel like enough, because money, a person, or anything outside of you cannot validate you in the same way that you can.
Yep.
It's never going to feel like exactly perfect or exactly what you want. And I just kept moving the finish line. And I was at, again, on paper, like I was one of those coaches that was like, I mean, you could buy anything and like, like in the first year of my business, it was already happening. And I'm just like, then why does it feel like I'm still anxious? And why does it feel like I feel like it could all go away tomorrow? And that was a level of trust that just, and confidence that I needed to unlock that was available for me. And so I just like, that's why I'm like, guys, I will nerd out with you. Like, you know that I will. We will figure it out. Like, we will do all the things. It's just that I don't want, like, I want you to at least try on like a different lens or like mindset before we just go balls to the wall with action. And just look at it differently. Look at yourself differently. So, you know, I don't think it's any accident that you created a mastermind, you started filling it up. You also were able to step into other price points and loved it. Like, I remember
it.
when you got off your first mini group program, you were like, oh my God, that was so much fun. Yeah, because I remember that feeling too. You're like, wait, like they got so much value and I don't have to do like a shit ton of hot seat or like what's going on? Like you're just like, especially when it's your first time of doing that kind of like style compared to high ticket, it's totally different. So yeah, I would love to hear like, yes, whatever you feel comfortable sharing, but it's like, what do you think in terms of these offers we've created, people that you've attracted, the difference maybe you've noticed with your audience or messaging or how you feel when you go to create content, anything about like the strategy that really sticks out to you that was like a different experience and it created like a different result than maybe like old ways of doing things or like how you used to like maybe get on a discovery call, then a sales call, then a whatever it was. Like,
yeah. Okay. So this kind of goes back to what I kind of described in the beginning about me having this idea about like what business ownership and what like coaching is, I guess. And so having the permission to like, and I know like, I heard people say this all the time, but like I don't think it really, the perfectionist part of me like didn't really understand because the perfectionist part of me needs the list, needs like to check the things off, to do the homework, to like, you know, get an A+, like all of those things. But like really there's no right or wrong way to do anything. And I think the permission to like show up in that way and to like ask yourself the question of like, well, what do you want to do? Like, what would actually be fun for you? Like, Sandy, what works with your schedule, not what you think like everybody else is doing or what you saw somebody else doing or what she said to do. Like, what would actually be like your dream day? What would that look like? And this is all still like a work in progress. We're all like works in progress, I believe. But I just think letting go of like, it has to be a certain way gave me permission and freedom to be like, oh, I can do it this way, or I can mold it this way. And I've even been now, like I get into the middle of something, like I just was in the middle of Launch Like a Boss, and it kind of evolved as we were going into like a hybrid, like mini group program, but also kind of a mini mind, like. And it just, I was like, this is kind of fun. Like, this is kind of cool. Like, nobody told me to do this. I don't see anybody else doing it like this, but it's working, and it's working for the women in here, and it feels good to them. It feels good to me. Like, let's go with it. Let's do it. So I think releasing that and like letting go of like, there's a certain way. And you've even told me a bunch of times before, there were a couple calls where I was just like, you're right. Okay. But you said something along the lines of like, you have to let go of like it being so rigid, right? Because I'm like, well, and I think people ask you this often, like how many posts, what should I post today? What's the like, what buyer type am I talking to? Like all that stuff. You let go of that and you just kind of like, are like, okay, what feels good today? And then you move with that. And it's like, you always say the no and go like mindset.
Yeah, because it has never been, as long as I've been doing this, an or conversation. It's always been like in very intentional strategy and like your intuition. Because I just think my creativity would feel suffocated if it was all just like following a strategy, and it would take so much longer. And I just know that the times when I'm like, okay, I understand the strategy of like how to open stories, how to kind of tie it into the offer, how to not make it go on and on and on, and like make sure I'm pre-qualifying them, make sure when I say what's included, I'm attaching outcomes. Like there's certain strategic things that are amazing that I'm like hearing them in my sleep. It's been so long, but it's like, does it really, if I know what type of buyer I want to reach, does it really matter what I bring forward today in terms of like how to talk to that person? It's just like, no, like that's like the glass, and then the water is like the creativity in the glass. And it's like, that's the stuff that people feel, because when you're like just getting off a client call, I have a whole post ready to go about this call. Right? Like, so, because why would I go well, like I shouldn't post that because like, what if people don't get it? Or what if it's not like the right, like, it's like, I know that through doing, I'm going to get better. I sucked at content.
And that's, that's totally it.
Go ahead.
Oh, I don't remember. No, I don't know what I was going to say. What was I going to say? Oh, it's just that part of it, like that, and that was part of my process, is letting go of that. And it's what I help my clients do now too. Because what happens is that perfectionist part of us, or that part that wants people to perceive us as like the expert or knowing what we're talking about or the authority, we don't want something to be wrong, right? Like we want to come out of the gate like, perfect, essentially. And the perfect doesn't come until you just do it. Like that's why I always talk about messy action, and like you just kind of have to like do it and muddle through it and be okay with it not being perfect, and know that every time that you do it, it's going to get a little better, and you're going to put a little bit more strategy in your pocket, and you're going to understand a little bit more, so that you get to the point where it's not a big deal. I mean, I just created a reel a while ago that was like, oh my gosh, I was on my way out the door with the boys. Like we had to leave in 20 minutes, and I created a reel from like no idea what I was going to post to like posted and done in 20 minutes. Me a year, 2 years ago, no way. There is no fucking way that would have happened. Right? But it's because I've gotten to the place where I'm like, it's not that I don't care. I care, but I care more about showing up than I care about it being perfect. And that's essentially what I do with my clients, is like, we show up, we do the thing, and it's okay that it's not perfect, but every time you move, every time you go, you're putting a little bit more in that pocket. Like you're getting a little stronger. It's like going to the gym, right? You don't go to the gym and lift like, I don't know, big heavy weights right away. You got to start with the small ones and practice. So
yeah. And that's where like I can't leave out the mindset and identity part, and how you guys view yourself as you're getting better at the action. Because I'm like, that example is perfect. Like it's like, in that, like you have gotten to a place where you truly see your ideas, your work, the fact that like, you just know, like, I'm the expert, I'm the leader, like I'm the one that's like setting the tone. My Instagram is my house. If you don't like it, like, you don't have to be here. Right. Like, but if you are the right person, like, take your shoes off. I'll get you a drink. Like, it's like, it's kind of like that. And I'm just like, when has it become, wait, like, do you like my house? Like, is this good enough? Should I like rearrange like everything to please you? Like, no, like you're setting, decorating, like cleaning, whatever it is, like that place, that house, exactly how you want it. And it's like, then it's like if they want to stay, if the temperature is in the right spot for them or whatever, like they can stay and you have a home for them. But like, that takes right before you're not going to post it, and then you're going to rewrite it, and then you're going to like, already we're going from super convicted, on fire, lit up about our idea to now it's like just chipped away at every little hesitation. I mean, guys, I missed an entire word in my reel yesterday. Like, it looks like I like speak like a caveman. Like, it's like, and I'm just like, you know what? I could delete it, whatever. But I'm like, no, like somehow people's brains filled in that word. But like, it's just, I mean, I've had typos, I've had things. And most of us like started this pre-ChatGPT, which I think is like I'm sorry, that's like a gangster badge of honor. Like everybody who's like started their business after that. Like I'm like, oh, we didn't have ChatGPT. Like there were typos, like there was like all these things. And so I think that's those moments make me the most proud, because I know that if that's happening behind the scenes, I can't even imagine how you make people feel inside of your programs. Because intentionality creates safety. And when you intentionally see yourself over and over again, even when the negative Nancy wants to come in and be like, you're not that, or you're actually not enough of that. Like somehow the majority of the time now, it's been like, nope, this is like who I am. Like I'm the big fucking deal. And like, I'm the expert, I'm the leader. And that that's truly what activates people, is when they feel like that's a woman that like I want to model after. And like I don't need to have her exact life, but like the way that she makes me feel like anything's possible, how confident she is in like what she's saying and herself. And she's not afraid to make mistakes. She's not afraid to take risks. Like that is like, you know, I'm just like, I don't know who you wanted to be when you were little, but I'm just like, that's truly, I mean, if I could have any idea of who it was, I mean, I think that you are her.
Oh,
and I just,
that's so sweet.
Like, thank you. That and recognize that.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, that's such a great question. I mean, just to even reflect on for anybody is, who did you want to be when you grew up? And who were you as a kid too? Like, you're still that person. And there, oh gosh, that's a good one. Thank you. Received. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The other thing too that you had asked too, and I just want to tap into this too, is you had asked about like the types of clients too that I was attracting. And I will say, like, after this shift, like after kind of like molding this, I will say I've had my very like fair share of people who were like not the right fit.
We all have.
No, I know, but I don't know if I've like reflected this like even in myself or back to you, but after that shift, I think before, when I was, you know, I talk about how I want the checklist and I want to do my homework and I want to, you know, be the A+ client and all of those things, that those were the types of clients that I was attracting in that time period, right? Because it was a reflection of me. Like, my reality is a reflection of how I see and view myself. So the people coming in were people that needed to be convinced, that needed to have their hand held, that needed to have the checklist, that needed to be like, you know, am I doing this right? Like, check with me before I move. And once I was able to shed that, it's been really, really cool, because the clients that I work with now, I mean, and I've had amazing clients all the way through. I love all of my people, just throwing that out there. But the people that I work with now are like absolutely incredible. They are like my people, and there's so much joy. Like, I find so much joy in supporting them and seeing them, and there's no pressure surrounding any of that relationship. Whereas before, it was a lot of pressure to show up and to perform and to make sure that they're getting results and make sure that I'm doing everything to make sure that they're succeeding. And again, it's just a reflection. It was a reflection of me. And it's fun now to watch how this has evolved and how my clients have even evolved. And I've even had some clients that have been with me for years now, who were with me even before I like went through this transformation, and to see them kind of come along with me and be able to share that with them and to see them grow because of the work that I've done internally has been so, so cool. Like, that's amazing. That's incredible. Like, holy shit.
I mean, it just makes it all worth it. Like, when you just wanted to rip your hair out going like,
yeah,
I mean, I want to feel this way. Like, I gotta like fill the space in between the results. Like, God, she's so annoying. Like, you know, like, I'm sure that you guys even internally, like, because I remember having those conversations years ago with my mentor of just like her trying to just empower me in her own way of like seeing myself the way that she saw me. Yeah. And I wasn't getting it. I was like, okay, I did my hair today, but I still don't feel better. Yeah. Like, I was just like trying on this different stuff. Yes. And when it was just like, totally. I was like, wait a second though. Like, I feel like this, and I'm like sitting in gym clothes. Like, I feel really solid. I feel really like, and then it just you like want to do everything you can to feel that again. Yes. And so it's, your clients are able to pick up on that. You know, I think that where I really noticed it, and I'm sure you have, is that like clients have gotten like better results over the years, more and more and more, or they've gotten them faster, because it's just all about they need to feel seen, and they need to feel like the way that you see them is what you see possible for them. Yeah. You're not making them feel seen with where they're just at right now. It's like, no, like, I actually see all these things that are possible for you that you get to have. And I couldn't think of anybody that deserves it more. And so, like, what is blocking that? what's getting in the way of like you seeing that and feeling that for yourself. Because it's really freeing. And I think as women, we are very conditioned to not have too big of dreams, not be too audacious, not be like, and if a guy is that way, he's powerful, he's like the successful person, like he's somebody to look up to. And when a woman does it, she's a bitch and she's cocky. And I just like, I have always thought to myself, I can't wait to flip that conversation with like my work. And so, yeah, I think that you guys are truly like making an impact that is going to continue to live on. Because Sandy, what I want to say to you is if your clients feel that way and are transforming that way in a matter of like 6 months, 12 months or whatever, like one, they'll never forget you because people never forget how you made them feel. And two, think about whether they like have kids or not. That's changing a whole paradigm for them. Because we love Lisa, like my mother, we love her, but like she celebrated herself very circumstantially. And I witnessed that growing up. And I was just like, what is like, you're amazing. You're this boss babe. You're this, you're that, you're a great mom. Like, and so, yeah, like, I think that that's really powerful is like when you can, these little things, like filling the space in between the results, like you guys have your own versions of like whatever a solo date is for you or like, like it's going to carry on beyond them just building a successful business or like transforming inside of your program. Like that is something their family gets to benefit from and witness. And like, so Sheena, I didn't know if you wanted to share anything because I know that you've been in the space with Sandy, if there's anything you wanted to like share or something that was like stood out to you about her or anything you want to like celebrate, you can certainly jump in because I know we have oh, here she comes.
Sorry, I've got my video off today, but yeah, I just feel like it was so nice listening to this call. And I feel like from the moment Sandy came into the mastermind, there was something about her energy, which was just, I used this word in one of our chats before, like nurturing. I just feel like you could tell straight away that she's such a genuinely kind, caring person. She's always so thoughtful and you just feel like so safe being around her, just listening to her, and she's just so supportive. And I feel like just the way that she has been inside our mastermind group and kind of the way that she's shown up, it's just been so inspiring for me in so many ways. And I feel like because I'm also such a perfectionist as well, and it's something that I'm really working on, just even the way that I've seen Sandy, whenever she celebrates those little moments that she's had in her business, when it's like new people coming into her world, for me, it's just been so inspiring to kind of be like, you know what, I really want to tap into that part of me that when I did start my business, I would be so excited and so grateful and so appreciative every single time someone even just like sent me a message. I was like, oh, look, they sent me a message. And it wasn't so all about like trying so hard with content and all the other external results that now we've normalized those early kind of wins. But yeah, I just feel like I've just learned so much from her, and I feel like everything she does with such integrity, and even the way that, you know, she's able to be there for her family and then do all this work and, you know, lead all these people. For me, it's so inspiring because that's something, you know, eventually when I want to have kids, I'm just like seeing the way that she's doing things, and it's just modeling for me. Like, this is, yeah, I see so much in that I hope that I can be one day as well. So yeah, it's been so nice being inside the mastermind with her. And yeah, I'm just really going to miss you a lot, to be honest. But I know, stay in touch.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Sheena, that I could literally say all of the same things to you. I think, and that's a testament to Em and the type of people that you attract and are in the same room together. But I really I mean, that means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. And both of you too. I mean, even pointing out, I think sometimes as a mom, like I kind of forget, like, I don't forget I'm a mom, but like, I forget that like, that's a whole other layer of like, oh my God, I'm like raising humans. Like, and I want them to be good kids and I want them to be happy and pursue their dreams. And, to add that on top of, you know, growing a business, like in the middle of my life when I thought this is not where I anticipated that I would be. I thought I had the whole path, you know, carved out for me, and here's what you're going to do. And like, here I am, I'm 40, like I'm a mom, I'm growing this business and impacting women. So just for both of you to point that out and to remind me that like, oh shit, like, I don't know, it means a lot. So thank you. I appreciate it. And I think too, to touch in on this too. Like we talked a lot in the beginning about like giving permission and like having that permission to like be myself too. For like my whole life, I've been told that like I'm a lot, like people will be like, she's so fake, or like, that's not real. But I genuinely like am me. And I don't fucking care anymore if people like what they think or what they, you know, like it's just, I'm me and I'm happy and I'm positive and I don't drink coffee and I'm up early and that just gets to be me. Like I'm just a happy person and I get to share that and spread that to everyone in my world. And if, again, you don't like my house, like you don't have to come in. Don't come in. So thank you both. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And I just want to say, because, you know, I don't know, like this is something that I'm excited about, like bringing forward and owning. But I think that it's been really unique to see how you've incorporated your kids and family in your brand without being like this like mommy blocker persona.
That's not who I am. Like most days I'm like, dude.
I feel like people are very all or nothing with it.
Yeah,
like sometimes where it's like a brand pillar.
Yeah,
like it's like they're like, and I'm just like, no, I think if anything, like she's really done this like beautiful way of like celebrating that that's a huge value for her.
Yeah, it is.
But it's like, it's not this, I don't know, barrier to entry with you. Yeah. Like you could certainly work with, you know, somebody who's in the position like me or Sheena, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's like, I actually want that. And mm-hmm. oh my God, you've been able to do this organically too. Like, you know, what does that look like for you time management wise? Like that's a whole other skill set when you're like taking care of humans.
Yeah.
And yeah, I look at my sister sometimes, I'm like, I don't know how you'd be able to do that too. Like she just like, yeah, I think it takes a certain type of person and who like really, I don't know, just sees the bigger picture than just like today and what's happening right now. And you had a long-term mindset from the very beginning.
Yeah.
But I think that I'm giving you permission around like, I mean, that was very hard to find for me. It was a mentor that like had what I wanted in their personal life, but also had created what they had in terms of business growth and impact.
Yeah.
And also like didn't just, you know, turn on ads and not have a relationship with their audience or like just hire a bunch of people either. That took me months to find. Yeah. And I know that lately, I don't know, my friends who are all like, our ovaries are screaming every time we see a baby. And we're just like, we're like using our dogs as practice. like we're just like, yeah, we've like collectively been saying like, there's just not a lot of people who they are owning it, but not in a, like, all of my clients have to be moms or like, you know, it's just like, it's the only thing they talk about, or it's like, yeah, and you've done this really good way of it being like, I want you to know this is important to me. How big or small family is important to you. Like it's a value of mine. And this is what freedom and longevity means to me. Yeah. And this is also part of the impact I'm creating is like for them. Yeah. And I just think that yeah, for me, it's been a needle in a haystack. It was like a 4-month process, like of me just feeling completely safe to move forward with somebody. So I would just, I don't know, I would just like nail polish emoji on that. Like how you've been able to do that.
It's so funny. I think a big part of it too, it's funny that as you're saying this, I'm like, people say like, I don't know how you do it. It's like, you kind of just do it. And then you're like, wait, how did I do that? But I think a big part of it was letting go of the perfection piece. Again, like needing things to look a certain way, or needing like the way that I parent to look a certain way, or, not wanting my kids to see me on my phone or my computer, like those things, like that's what I used to think it had to be. But now I'm like, my life and my business very much are intertwined, and that gets to be okay. I know a lot, like people will be like, you got to keep things separate. You got to time block. You got to do this. And I'm like, that doesn't fucking work for me. It doesn't work for my family, and my kids and my family are fine. And they get to be a part of this thing that we're essentially growing together, because they have to contribute in ways to me growing this business. I mean, they're like out there being quiet right now. I was like, I'm getting on Zoom, be quiet. So you let go of this, the way that you think it's supposed to look, right? Essentially letting go of that, what everybody else is doing, or the perfect way to do it, or how everybody else is doing it. And you fully step into and own like what works for you. And then there's just so much pressure taken off, and it's fun and it's easy and it's not difficult. Like you just do it.
Yeah. Well, I know we have only a couple minutes left, but Sheena, I didn't know if there was something you wanted to ask Sandy, or if you're like, I just wanted to celebrate her.
No pressure, Sheena. No pressure.
If Sheena doesn't have a question, okay, yes. I just wanted to ask you, the Sandy that was at her job and scrolling, seeing online coaches, and just being like, how? I don't understand. Like, I have been on the phone with people. I've tried this. I've tried that. I show up when I can. I just literally, my soul cannot be here for much longer. Like, I just know that there's way more for me.
Yeah.
I'm tired of like fitting in time slots of like my family, my health. Like, yeah. Like, what would you say to her?
Oh my God. What would I say to her? I like hated that version of myself. I like cringe, like thinking back at that version of me. It like gives me like literal, like physical feelings of like, ooh, like constriction and like just discomfort.
But we love her because it's how we got here.
Yeah, we love her. So what would I say to her now? I would be like, you're so fucking amazing and you're so fucking strong, because where most people would just keep scrolling and just complain during their lunch break and complain to their husband or their spouse or whatever, like you actually did a really fucking crazy thing, and you left and kind of like you had a plan, but you didn't know how this was going to play out really, right? And you released that control, and you let yourself, like you trusted yourself enough in that moment to know that everything would be okay, right? Even in the moments when people were like, when I would say like, I'm leaving in the fall, I'm leaving, this is it. Like in June, I'm done. And so many people initially were like, no, you're not. Like, no, you're not. And there was no part of me that was like, am I going to do this? It was like, no, you're doing this. It does not matter. Like, not that it doesn't matter, but you're going to figure out a way to make it work. And you're going to do what it takes until it takes. And you're going to just keep going. And at that point, coaching wasn't even on my radar. Like, I didn't even know what coaching was at that point. But I look back to that version of me and go, damn, like if you can do something that kind of crazy, like you left what looks from the outside, like a very like clean setup, like you were so good at what you did. You had the consistent paycheck, the benefits, the pension, like all of that crap that like we get in our head about. You walked away from that. And if you can walk away from that, like what other big things can you do? Like there's no stopping you, like just go, keep going. So that's what I would say to her. And I would also, you know what else I would say to her? I would say, I'm sorry that you stayed there that long. Like you should have left like way earlier. You should have started this journey way earlier. But in hindsight's 2020, right?
Okay, that gets to be a reel. I will send you the recording, everything that you just said.
Yes,
that gets to be,
Yeah. Thank you.
So good. Well, Sandy, I love you. I'm so excited to have you in the Empire for a year and continue to be on calls with you. I know it's not going to be as often, so I'm going to be like, it's a month.
Yeah. I'm so thankful for you, and just, again, I think about that moment in the hammock and like popping my ear pod in, just being like, oh, listen to this. Like, why not? And I remember going back and listening to it multiple times because and you know, when you like something resonates so much, you're like, I got to write this down, and I'm like taking notes and doing the thing. And I'm like, just so thankful for you and the space you've created and who you are as a person in the way that you lead as well. You're so, so good at just holding space and holding people, even when we know on the back end, like you've got a bunch of stuff going on too. Like and sharing that transformation and sharing that work that you're doing too has, allowed me to do that with my clients too. So I just thank you. What you do with us is it's that ripple effect, right? Like we're going to fucking rule the world soon here.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Revolutionizing the world.
Yes. So thank
good.
you.
Thank you, Sheena. Well, I love this call so much. Like my heart feels so full right now. Same. I just really appreciate you. You are a big fucking deal. Your work is.
Thank you.
And everything you get to do from here on out, like I'm just so not worried about you. It's like only going to get better from here. And I'm just like
I remember when you said that to me. I don't know when it was, probably like in the beginning of like our like relationship, and you were like, Sandy, I'm not worried about you. And I was just like, wait, you're not? Like, because I'm very worried about myself. Like, I'm very worried. Are you sure you're not worried? Do you want to worry? Like,
I remember I'm from Jersey. I cannot, bullshit, blow smoke if I do not mean it. I can't.
Well,
I really can't. I recognize it in each and every one of you. It's part of the reason why I direct people into my world, or I tell them it's not a fit.
Yeah.
And you guys, you truly have it. There's nothing you have to prove.
Thank you. Thank you.
They have to prove themselves to you.
Yeah.
You're like, are you a good fit for me?
Yeah.
Like, I've been doing this a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I love you guys. Happy Friday. Of course, I'll see you guys on Monday. And we will send out this replay, but just celebrating you so much, Sandy. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you. And thank you, Sheena. Thank you. I love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you too.
Thanks for listening, you guys. If you're ready to get your business going and making money and to step into that next level version of you, I would love to support you make that happen through strategy, mindset work, and my Cut the BS style coaching, because it's always better, quicker, and more fun to have someone who's already been through it support you. Shoot me a message over on Instagram with the word ready, and we can chat and get your questions answered about coaching and how I can support you. I cannot wait to hear from you.